Oh, yep. We got a little bit of sound going on. How's everybody doing this evening? Welcome. Just waiting for people to roll in. This is the pre-show just to get to talking to the people until we get started. Got ourselves a little bit of lo-fi going on. Been trying to find something to watch. There's a lot of stuff to watch this season, but I ain't really been watching anything. I kind of want to let it build up. Hell's Paradise. I know that first episode of Hell's Paradise was really good. Hold up. Yo, what's up, Briss? How you doing, my man? Been a minute. I'm just posting this right now. Try to get some people up in here. Oh man, I'm good, man. Just been trying to read more. I started reading Sentenced to Be a Hero. I only left off at where episode 1 ended. I think is where I stopped at for right now. So that's where I'm at right now. It's been a minute, man. You know, I had got banned for a little bit on the tube. Oh yeah, see, I started reading the light novel. The light novel's only got 5 volumes, at least in English. Which is interesting. Yeah. It's a light novel. Man, I'll send you the sauce. I'll send you the sauce when I get off. Just remind me. My bad. I'm just posting this stuff right now. 10 chapters. That probably didn't even take you up to the end of the first episode, huh? Because the first episode was long as hell. That covered probably 10 chapters. Maybe even 12 with how that shit was paced. How much action there was. Yeah, I figured. That's where I'm gonna keep up at, because I'll probably start doing like a review cut content for that series, honestly, instead of doing a reaction to it. I mean, it's a really good series, man. I like the concepts that they got going on with it. I like how they really switched up, like twisted a lot of that stuff on the head. But then again, you know, fairies were already kind of like evil before like the whole Tolkien took over and everything, like daemons and fairies and stuff. but I like how they kind of did their twist on it, you know. What's your what's your favorite series that's running right now? Since I really ain't been watching too much right now, I guess mine would have to be Sentenced to Be a Hero, but there's some pretty good ones. That Territory Defense Isekai is actually pretty good, surprisingly good. I was expecting it to be below average, but then again, we're only on episode 2, so you never know how that's gonna go. Yo, that's exactly what I was talking. That's exactly what I was talking to some people about. Was like, yo, who said? This is my theory to it, right? I think the person that set him up was a blight corrupted goddess or a blight corrupted hero. It's going to be one of the two. We have to run into one of those two because they introduce both concepts. You know, Attic and Silva was telling me about that. Yeah, they was both telling me about that Darwin series. That Darwin series was alright. From what I seen, it looked like it was alright. Well, so yeah, I think it's the church, but I think the church is being manipulated by like a corrupted hero or corrupted goddess, maybe both or something. Because I mean, you know, I'm kind of confused, right? Uh, I'm kind of confused about something because at the beginning of the other episode, they were talking about how um the blight's been around for 20 years, right? So has the blight really only been around for 20? Yeah. Like but the way they described like the heroes was like the hero system's been around forever to fight the blights, but then they said the first blight appeared like 20 years ago. So that's kind of throwing me for a loop because they was like, oh yeah, the heroes can fight for 100 years and still not die, and it's like, well, have they been fighting for 100 years, or haven't they been fighting for 100 years? Well, that's what I'm talking about. Like they made it seem like the hero system had been around forever, like it's the oldest thing happening, right? So the fact that it's got presented like it's old, but the blights are new is just really throwing me for a loop and everything. What any series that you waiting for this year, Bruce? Yo,
Everybody at?
I don't know. I guess I'm really waiting for Addict to pull up. I don't think G gonna show up. He said he waiting for mostly everything. Yeah, G was saying he was having internet issues. How's your day going, man?
It was long. I'm tired. Need to hurry up and do this so I go to sleep.
Hey, that's how I feel sometimes, man. We ain't gonna be doing the warm up jump. Yeah,
I'm ruled out tonight. We have strong winds and rain. Oh,
no, you ain't see none of that.
I just looked at it now that you had mentioned it.
No, yeah, Bruce. So most of the shows I'm waiting for are April releases, honestly. Sleep sounds good. What's up, Lindsay? Yeah, spring and summer. Everybody's saying that the winter is the best season this year. I don't know about all that.
Is it?
Yeah, they said that the releases this year are the best releases of the year, but they bugging.
I don't watch anime like everybody, so I don't. I probably won't find these shows out until like 3 seasons later or something.
When you can binge it.
Yeah, when I can binge it. It's really gotta captivate me if I'm gonna watch it week to week. I don't even watch Kamen Rider week to week.
Oh, damn.
I don't even watch that week to week.
I don't blame you, man. I don't blame you. It's gonna be hard for me to watch some like Wistoria and ReZero week to week and with Shoko and Atelier and stuff like that, because I really be like, I wanted to build up at least 4 episodes. 3 or 4 episodes, or wait for the dub to come out. I tell you that much.
That's why I enjoy movies more than shows nowadays. Because the movies, they're like quick and
you get the story right
there. Yeah, and I can digest that the entire time too.
Yeah.
A show, you gotta watch it week to week
and hope that something happens every week.
Yeah.
That's why I ended up dropping Lazarus halfway through, because it was just like nothing was really happening.
Watching Lazarus as a binge, I feel is better than watching it week to week. I think that's a type of show that holds better as a binge than week to week, because there was like some weeks or some episodes where you got a little bit of the story, and then there was some weeks where it was part of the story or it was part of the plot, but it felt filler. But if you watch it all in one go, then I feel like it hits better. It feels like a movie when you watch it.
Okay. Yeah, I need to go back in because I never even finished it. When I dropped it, I ended up dropping it. I mean, I know where he was at the whole time. That doesn't really bother me any. Knowing what exactly the ending of it per se, but I'll probably go back and watch
more
it
than
all.
that. It's more than just knowing where he was. The ending. I don't know how much you heard about or how much was spoiled for you on the.
That was really the only thing. That was really
a little bit more that happens after that too, but
okay, yeah, because I mean, like you were saying, like I forgot what it was, like the episode that they were talking to like the grandma or something like that just threw me all the way off.
Yeah. Like it was, that episode was important, but at the same time, it felt that was just like a filler episode. Like you didn't get the bits of the plot reasoning until towards the end of the episode, and then the episode. All the journey to that. Like if you watch it all the way through, from episode 1 to I think it was 24 or 12.
I think it was only like 12 or 13. I don't think it was a bulk one. I don't think it was that big because I think it ended. It ended before 2B Hero.
Okay. And that's another thing. 2B Hero, like it got way better those like last 3 episodes, especially when they was finally telling me shit that I was like, thanks, I've been asking about this for the first. They just told me everything I needed to know. Everything I had wrong with the show, it told me everything in those last 3 episodes with the dog and everything like that. And then with Zero X himself. With X himself, like I found out all that stuff. Like you told me everything I needed to know. Why you couldn't tell me this earlier, huh?
They had to build it all up. What's up, A1? Yeah, they had to build it up, man. They had to build it up. I'm excited for season 2 because I ended up binge watching like the last half of 2B Hero, and that it was I don't know. You can lock in when you can binge it. right? So that's what I really enjoy about binging it. But I gotta stay week to week on the spring releases. ReZero Slime, Wistoria. I gotta stay up with that.
Oh, Forbes in the chat. Why you ain't here? You at work? Man, go to work, man. You should be here. Do your job.
Oh man, just go on ahead, run to the car right quick and join the call, Forbes. Fuck that job.
But I equate it to like a series that a lot of people talk about, like Monster, for instance. Week to week, Monster was ass. Week to week.
I just started that one.
Monster was ass.
I can see why it would be like a bad week to week one.
But watch it. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are parts that happen and they do leave you on cliffhangers on some episodes, and you're just like, oh man, I can't wait to watch the next episode.
Yeah.
But watching it week to week sucks. I'm telling you, watching something like that week to week sucks.
I
watching it all in a binge, great. Like, I get some people don't like doing the binge, and I know there's some shows that probably you should watch week to week. I get that you want to be in the conversation and everything that's going on right now, and you want to be in all the theories and whatnot. And I get that, and I see there's some shows that do. I'll probably watch the week to week, but like it has to catch me. It really has to catch me. Like, there's some shows that I caught later down, like Fable. I watched Fable. Mm-hmm. I wish I had watched that week to week. That was a really good show for me and everything. Like
okay,
that. I binged that and everything. I didn't even know that existed.
Ain't that the worst? I hate catching something right after it ended and you didn't even realize.
Yeah.
That it was even out. Like, I think that happened. That happened to me with like Spice and Wolf. It was like 25 episodes, and I saw it when it was like 23 episodes. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Orb was the same. I think I started watching that. My cousin had told me about it when it first came out, but I didn't watch it until it was like episode 19 or something. And I think that one's only 24 episodes.
Yeah, Orb is 24 episodes.
Yeah. I just hate that they're not going to give it a dub for whatever reason, man.
Oh, they're not?
Yeah, it's not going. There's no dub announced, at least.
Really?
Yeah, that's weird. You would think that would be one that they would give a dub to.
Was Orb a Netflix joint?
Yeah.
That's weird, because ain't Orb also like plastered like as a Netflix original? That's weird. They're not gonna give it a dub then. That is weird, because like Netflix is all about giving dubs and stuff to them.
Yeah, like, I mean they did that 100 meters or 1,000 meters or something like that, because that's the same author. So I don't know why they wouldn't.
I don't want to give Addict credence, because I was tired when I watched that movie. I was exhausted, but I fell asleep trying to watch that movie. So I was like in it for the first 5 minutes, and I think I blinked. And then when I blinked again, I was like, "The movie over? What happened? What happened?"
Oh man, that's the worst.
I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch it, man. I was just like,
"What?" Give them credence, like telling them
what happened. So I can't really tell them if it was bad or good or not, but.
Was the animation something that was? I think that was the biggest. Was the animation.
The rotoscope thing isn't a big problem for me. I think it fit for this, what it was trying to do for running and everything like that. Because there's another anime on Netflix that did this thing too. It's a fighting anime. It's in the world of It's not Baki, but it's by the same dude who did Baki. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but it's a fighting anime. It's like one of those fighting anime, and they use like actual MMA fighters and techniques, and they filmed them and they did the rotos, and it fits that show really well. It was very interesting and everything like that. It was like something wolf.
Addict, why are you in the chat, Addict?
Yeah. He know. Why is he in the chat?
why is he in the chat?
Man, would you get in here so we can start? So I go to bed? God dang, man.
He trying to be like, oh, they said 6:30. I'm gonna jump in 6:30.
I'm old. I'm always the last one to come here. I don't know why y'all. Jesus.
This guy here, man.
Bro, I was about to join. I was like, let me see what they're talking about. I just joined in the chat.
Yeah, is that what he had said though? But they used the little rotoscope thing too, man. They used that in that anime, and it worked for the fights and everything like that. It worked for that.
I didn't know that was the same author as Baki. I didn't know they was the same author.
I was gonna say that type of like CGI that they use, I don't like that at all. Like it just doesn't look appealing. Like, cause I do like some CGI, but some of them are just like,
It's better than some, man. I mean, like it's better than like the CGI and like what's that school anime with the overpowered dude? They got like white and green school outfits on. You know, it's a very popular. I know it's a very popular overpowered show. They like it's about a dude. He got a sister complex, and they wear white. Their school uniforms is white and green.
The irregular magic at high school.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even start that one. I always scroll past it.
I remember. So I watched the first 2 seasons like years ago, and then the new season came out. And I was like, "Fuck it, I haven't even seen it," so I just didn't even watch it.
It is very. I mean, that joke is very popular. That is very popular, man.
No, yeah, I hadn't even started that one. But let's go on ahead and start this so we can get the old man into his bed.
I even wrote my answers. I wrote my answers down right here, man. Hey, man, today was rough. Today was truck day, man. God dang, man. I'm telling you, man.
Truck days
are awful.
Hey, look, I'll get started after this, but I used to be a truck thrower at Walmart, man. I understand. Yeah, I used to throw trucks out. Like we used to get double trucks that would be like 7,000 pieces total, man. And you don't know how large of a number 7,000 is until you're unloading and touching every item in there, and you have to swap pallets out and everything. It was horrible. And you're getting boxes that are like this big. They're getting caught on the line, man.
I wasn't dealing with no little boxes, but like it was one truck. It was like 140 pieces on there. And these are like big ass IG. I know I'm probably talking like craziness to people right now, but like it's a big ass window. That's all you need to know. It's big ass windows. It was 142 of these bitches, and I had to touch every single one of them twice.
Yeah,
and then we had another truck with shower doors on there. I don't know if you've ever seen a shower door, just a regular half-inch shower door. Them bitches ain't they are not they are not in light in the slightest, especially when you gotta pick them up. And I'm not a big person. Besides what y'all see here, I am a small black man. Man,
hey, look, can you move your camera my left a little bit? You're like keep on cutting yourself in half unless you don't care.
Well, on that one, I'm like
on
in there, but like I could do this if you want me to.
Okay. Yeah, nah, I just didn't know how you.
Yeah, I mean it's fine. I can do this.
Addict, I'm not. You're breaking your neck trying to be funny, yo. Okay, let's go on ahead and get this started. Welcome back, everybody, to the Anime Association, and I am your host for this wonderful evening, Kyle Tim times 10. And once again, I am here with my wonderful friends, Addict and Shin.
Yo.
So let's just go on ahead and run into it. I gave y'all some topics probably like 3 days ago. I knew Shin was going to yell at me if I gave it to him this morning. You know, he probably was kind on here.
I'm used to it now, man. It is what it is.
We've been getting better. You know. So I'm just gonna roll into it. The first question that I gave y'all was, does romance in anime actually do anything for the plot or development in series that aren't romance series? And I'll just go on ahead and start with Shin.
Wait, that was the question?
Well, how did you answer it? How did you answer it?
I was like, romance, when not the main focus of a story, can actually add depth to characters and also add stakes to them. Like,
okay,
romance is good for drama for the most part, and then but it's also good when it develops into character psyches and you see them being themselves, looking at how they love someone, how you can see that love with them. Like, for instance, Inuyasha. Like, that's a big, there's romance elements in there. I mean, but it's mainly about Inuyasha trying to get the jewel and everything like that. Yeah. But like, you see that romance blossom with him and Kagome throughout the entire time and everything like that. But like series like, for instance, I hate bringing this up, Dragon Ball. For instance, there's not a lot of romance, but however, you do see very few elements of romance, like Bulma, worst girl, and Vegeta, best boy. You see that dynamic happen actually, and you see what it does to Vegeta.
Yeah,
he gets tamed.
Yeah.
Are we adding G?
I was gonna let him add himself. He's got the power to add himself. Oh shit! He made it. The man made it.
No, I mean that's what I'm saying.
Now you completely messed up my intro that rhymes, man. From beginning to end.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, Shin was flowing, so I was like, you know what? I could have added myself in, but I was like, add me in when it's convenient.
Hey, man, y'all know I'll just yap forever, man. Like y'all need to shut me up.
Nah, you good because you answered the question. I probably worded it funny, but that was kind of like the same concept of the question, pretty much. What about you, Addict? How do you feel about romance that happens and where it's not the actual main theme of it?
Yeah, I actually agree with everything Shin said, because the biggest thing I wanted to point out was the development of characters. It really helps, like, you see them grow, and helps, like, you witness their relationships and how they develop as well. Now, I think Inuyasha is like a great example, because other than seeing them in like his timeline, excuse me, you also see like in her timeline how it helps the two of them like grow as a couple. So I think that that was probably one of the best examples you could have given, honestly.
Okay. Oh, is there any?
I know my romances, man. I know my romance.
Is there a given time where like it's ever ruined a story that you can think of where you're like, there's no reason for this to even be happening and it just like stinks the place up?
None that I can really think of. I mean, for me personally, the only romance I don't enjoy is BL. So like, if it's anything other than that, I'm fine with, to be honest.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Windbreakers is, I'm sorry to break it to you, Windbreakers is a secret BL story,
man. What about you, G?
For me personally, like, I'm not really interested in romance in anime unless I'm actually watching a genre that specifically is romance. If it's a case, what I mean by that is, when it starts off, let's just say, for example, a genre with hands, and then all of a sudden they fall in love, I'm not with that, because for me, most of the times, based on those genres, that romance rarely serves an actual purpose to the storyline itself. So that's why I've never really been truly into romance in anime if it's not needed. But when it is that specific genre where it centers around romance, then I can get behind that, and I can be a bit more invested in that. I think maybe the exception, but not an exception, will be, for example, in Hajime no Ippo. You see Ippo starts to feel some type of attraction to this girl. I forget her name.
I think it's like
At
Komi or
first,
something like that.
yeah. At first, it's like, okay, I'm not really interested in him constantly just opening up his nostrils because he's smelling. He's like, kind of thing, because he's excited and he's happy. I'm not really interested in that. But maybe Shin will correct me if I'm wrong. But like later on down the line, as his boxing career develops, you find out how important she is to him. During that, you see that, which is where that's an exception where the romance actually elevates the material. But majority of the romance that we see in anime, unless it's an actual romance genre, rarely ever actually elevates the story itself. That's just my opinion within regards to that.
Yeah, to add to that, the comment, I actually agree with that, because like Blue Lock, Haikyuu, like they all have these things. They're in the fucking locker room, bro, and they're like, making gay passes towards each other. It's like, damn, like why can't you shower and change?
my slam dunk don't do nothing. My Ice Shield 21 don't do nothing.
Slam dunk is like a secret romance right there. Like there's a freaking love triangle in that junk, man. And slam dunk, man.
With who on the team?
Well, not on the team. The
Okay.
old girl, and then
Okay.
and she,
No.
But that's got like romance in there, but not with the dudes in the team. No, not
that's
dudes.
like Addict was.
It's not a secret BL.
No. That's not a secret BL. No.
And Hiroma and Ice Shield 21 ain't allowing that on his team. You can, with the way he just whips that team with his devil bat dives and all of this stuff. He ain't allowing none of that on his team.
Okay. So the next question that I asked was, all the time you have people talking about, women characters aren't written well at all. They always point towards Naruto and how they were handled in Naruto, how they were just kind of decoration pieces for the scenes and sets and stuff like that. How do y'all think that there's ever a time where a woman character was written really well, and like I guess I'm gonna say like probably like shonen, if y'all can think of one. And I'll start with Attic on that one.
So what I was gonna say was, I feel like whenever they're mainly side characters, the answer is no. But when they're the main character, I would say yes. And the two examples I thought of was Frieren and Violet Evergarden. I think those two are like probably the best written female MCs in anime.
I mean, I definitely, I agree with the Violet thing. Are there any side characters that you can think of that? Because a lot of people, they'll try and say like One Piece has really well written women characters, but I think
they all look the same. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that too. That too. But a lot of times their arcs are like one and done. Like even Nami and Robin, like they're not really relevant anymore.
Right. I think that's the thing. I think if they're a side character, they're not focused on for too long, and that kind of takes away from them being written as a good character. But in terms of someone that the story's actually focused on, it gives the author time to actually flesh out their character and like see like how they progress through the story and stuff like that.
Okay. What about you, G?
Yeah, I think this one was a bit of an interesting one because I actually had to think about it a little bit. I think the two characters that I could think of, and obviously diving into my retro bag, of course, Shin will probably know this because I always harp about this character very much. I think one of the best female written characters, in my opinion, is the Major. Because the reason why I say the Major is, her team is pretty much guys, but she's written in such a way that you forget the whole concept that she's a woman, you know, the way she leads her team, the way she behaves and organizes and just moves around within situations, you completely forget, because it's she's a well-written character that allows that transcends the whole gender, basically, in my opinion, again. And then the other character that this one, it's a bit of a main character but side character right in the middle, Faye Valentine from Cowboy Bebop. I quite liked, she was annoying. She caused problems. She tried to seduce the team when she was trying to do certain things, but ultimately, like, when you finally get her storyline itself, she has her own story, which is compelling enough, of her being lost and her trying to find who she is, and and finding where she's from. Those are the two that I could really think of where I think they were. Pardon?
What about Ed?
Man, I love me. No,
Ed
I
is
love
just
me.
as important, man. Like, she
No,
had just as good as a story arc as freaking Faye did.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Okay, fair play. I completely forgot about Ed in that moment, but those were the two that I thought about. Yes, Faye is a part main character, but she's also a part side character because she has in and out moments. And whereas the Major itself, just that whole concept of being a woman that's leading predominantly a male team, and her having that respect from that team, finding out why she got that respect from members of the team. An example being Saito, who's one of my favorite, who's the sniper in the Major's team, how she basically got him into the team where he was an assassin trying to kill their team, but yet she has a sniper face off with him. She, in a moment of playing high level poker, he miscalculates, thinking that she is basically downloading intel in her satellite, and he makes the shot, but she traps him because he fell for that move. And then instead of her killing him, she said, "You son of a bitch, you belong to me now." What are you talking about? That is just high level stuff, and it's written in such a way that you don't feel like, oh, you know what? Oh, it's a Mary Sue moment. It was just a high level. Two people were playing high level stakes, and he just flinched and he lost. And that's why he lost. And it's just so great. And then obviously all the other characters, you find out how they all become part of the team in certain aspects, but it's all done in a way that doesn't belittle her, but makes you gain more respect for her.
Okay. Yeah, nah, I think that whole Mary Sue is also something that gets thrown around on a lot of women characters in series, even when they're the MC and everything. What about you, Shin?
Are we just sticking with shonen?
Just give your answer. You can just give your answer. I said shonen just to see, but we haven't. I don't think we've gotten besides Frieren.
I mean, good like side characters in general. Like you got Full Metal Alchemist, you got Renri, and then Risa Hawkeye. Risa. That man Roy cannot function if she is not there. Ow is not a thing without Renri.
Yeah.
So there's just two side characters right there. Like I get like the high battle shonens and everything like that. Sure. You got the superficial girls, but like I would clap back to like think about Rave Master. I forget old girl name. But the chicken Rave Master or One Piece with Magic. You got Lucy. And then Ezra, I mean, come on. Are they not good? Right? Are they not getting granted? I ain't seen One Piece with Magic, I could just go. I
was counting them as main characters, not side.
Oh, they're main characters? Oh, I thought they were side characters because ain't it about the dude who can eat fire?
Well, I would argue that Lucy would be just as much of a main character as Natsu is.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, what about that other chick, the ghost chick?
Urza?
Oh yeah, Urza. Is she a main character, or the ghost one, the little girl who's a ghost? That only the people with the
little girl's a ghost.
Maybe I'm thinking. Well, she got blue hair.
Talking about Wendy?
No. Well, no, I don't know. I don't know her name. I ain't seen One Piece with Magic. How many times I gotta tell you?
Didn't just expose himself. He watches
I ain't
One
seen-
Piece with Magic.
I ain't seen One Piece with Magic.
I don't know what you mean by the ghost.
But like,
thing,
she
bro.
was some. I thought she was a ghost. That's at least what I was told. She was a ghost. She that was in the tournament, and it was like, yeah, that little girl's a ghost. She was with this old dude, and then it was this panther who turned into panther, and I was like, what the heck? That man turned into a panther. Anyway,
He went
But,
on a
like,
true rant.
not going off of just stuff like that. I could even harken this back to even going back to like old stuff. Like I mean, who's gonna say Major? He has a fixation on Major. Okay, all right, sure, whatever. But I also thought he was gonna bring up Ryoko from Tenchi Muyo. That's who I thought he was gonna bring up, or Ayase from Tenchi Muyo. They are not the main characters. They might be the main girls of his harem. I mean, because you could do this. You could also equate this in harem aspects thing, which I can go back to like that romance talk we had. Like when you had talked about the romance, like what romances that didn't work in a romance anime, which I am equating this to our little side character. It's the anime called Shuffle. He picks the worst girl who has no development, and it comes out of nowhere when he picks this girl. And there were so many better prospects, had full blown story arcs and everything like that. He picked random girl because why? She's sad. What? Why? Huh? Why? That was bad. There was no. We didn't even. She only got like 2 seconds of screen time, man. That's what I'm saying, man. Look, it's just bad. But like, think about even more. Like even going off for like the romance harem time. It's a show called God Only Knows, and it's about a dude who plays a lot of not Aramongi games, but it's like it's the dating sims. He plays a lot of dating sims, and he is tasked to get these girls, because if he does not get these girls to fall in love with him, something bad gonna happen. And he is tasked to it with that, and he harkens back to all his dating sim knowledge. But we find out a lot more about these girls and everything. And they are essentially side characters, but they get their own arcs and everything. And they do also come back later down the road, and you see the growth and stuff like that. Like I like characters like that. Like majority of the time, where I think where Attic is coming from is where you have those female characters who are like not necessarily like the Mary Sue's, but they're always a damsel. Like you have to go save said person.
Yeah.
You have to go save them. They captured. Now you gotta go like granted, One Piece. I know everybody call it best piece or whatever the hell y'all call it and everything like that. But Nami and Robin were damsels.
Yeah.
Like sure, their stories are great and everything. There were damsels in distress. What happened? Luffy saved them.
Luffy saved them.
That's what happened. And then what happened after that? Nothing. I mean, Nami got some clouds. That's it. And then I know Robin could turn into a Gundam, but like there's nothing. There's nothing else that really happens with them. And they are they're a part of the main crew. They are the main character. Chopper has more importance than Robin and Nami.
He's the doctor.
Yeah.
I love Chopper.
So would you say that the whole idea that anime doesn't write good women characters really just falls on the battle shonen, major battle shonens?
It really just goes off of the battle shonen type, because like even like Demon Slayer, we have his little sister. What happens? She can't talk the whole fucking series because she's a demon, quote unquote, and the only time she gets dope is when she get big. That's it. That's the only time we see her get big, and she becomes not Mary Sue, but she becomes a MacGuffin for Michael Jackson. She becomes a MacGuffin for Michael Jackson, and he was like, "Oh, she can stand in the sun. Oh, I need to get that," and she just becomes a MacGuffin. She's a MacGuffin throughout the entire. Granted, it's a noble MacGuffin, but when I say a MacGuffin, this is a MacGuffin. A MacGuffin was a MacGuffin.
Yeah, plot.
No matter what.
Yeah, a plot device. Yeah.
That's what she becomes. That's what she becomes. Even in Jujutsu Kaisen, Nail chick, she cool,
I like her.
but you don't see her anymore, and you probably ain't gonna see her anymore because they're in the Culling games now.
What about Maki Zenin?
Maki is great, but she ain't important. She shows back up again in the thing, but like he doesn't like. There's not like a lot of cadence to Maki. Like Maki does get her own little story and everything like that. Like her own, like it's her own. It's almost like how Kakashi had got that thing, like Kakashi Gaiden. Maki does get her own little thing, her little cutout thing. That's what makes me like Maki, but she ain't important. She's not important. She's like the lowest of the side characters. Even Toto's teacher, which I don't know if y'all seen her yet. The blonde hair chick.
Oh, Yuki.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all seen or met her yet.
Yeah,
everything like that. But like even her, even when she shows up, or I even harken this to My Hero. My Hero, we got a whole classroom. How many of them girls is important? You know what people and I'm gonna say this, and I don't care who come after me, but when Midnight was the only important person that died in that thing, and people was mad, I was like, what the fuck did Midnight do, huh? Besides being a sex symbol, what did she do, huh? And
that's enough to get mad at. That's enough to get mad at.
But like all those girls in My Hero, even
Chaco,
All Might female All Might.
Oh, Stars and Stripes.
She literally shows up to die.
Yeah. That's still one of the biggest like what the fuck moments in that whole series is because she definitely should have won that fight. She definitely should have won that.
Like I mean, and even we can harken on older stuff. I mean, like even the older stuff, like Pistol of North Star. Pistol of North Star has some female characters in there, but it's not. They're equated to like a Chi-Chi role almost, basically. Which one day they were badasses, but now they got tamed, and now they're not important anymore. But like it's like that. It's basically stuff like that. I ain't never seen Dragon Ball Light, Yu Yu Shikamo, whatever you call it. I ain't never seen that, but like, does that have females? Does that have females in it?
It's got what the one chick that brought him into the spirit realm. I would say she's probably like the main. Yeah, but I don't think she gets too much development.
Then there's Genkai in the middle of it all, which obviously ends up being a key role, but then she's also tied into some romance as well through some of the arcs there. You find out that
her character really lays on like Toguro, isn't that his name? Her whole character development like kind of relies on him.
On that. Yeah.
And then she dies and comes back and is like kind of relegated to the background. Isn't that what happens?
I need to.
It's been a while since I watched it.
I need to rewatch it.
Do you know what I might do? I might order the Blu-ray for that. Don't need it, but I might just
you have way too many shows that you need to watch right now. Do not take a step backwards. He got Shangri-La. Hey, look, you know what? Look, I'm not even mad at that. I went to go look at one scene in Jobless, and I ended up rewatching the whole second season off of one scene. I'm not even mad at that.
I mean, I put my hands up because I tried to coerce Mel into watching Shangri-La with me, but then once I started sharing my screen, I felt bad. I was like, I don't think we can watch this, and she asked me why, and I said we're probably gonna only watch 2 episodes, and I'm gonna watch the rest without you anyways. So let's just not even start it.
Oh shit! What
I do that with Nichijou. I do that with Nichijou.
You go to watch one thing and then end up watching.
You just watch the whole
watching
thing.
The series. Watch that whole episode.
Oh man. Okay. So, do y'all think that there's any series that have ended where, in the moment, you're like, "Damn, this is trash," but then you look back at it and you're like, "Actually, you know what? That was pretty good." Is there anything that's happened to y'all? Who did we start with? Attic on that. I'll go to G then.
A series that ended that was trash, that I thought was trash, and then I looked back and thought, oh, it's actually quite good. Nope. Once it ends and I think it's trash, it's trash. I ain't never going back. Nope. Mm-mm.
What about the other way around? Have you thought something was good and then you went back, rewatched it, and was like, damn, this is trash?
Yeah, reboot. Yeah.
Reboot.
I was like, man, that show was the best when I was a kid.
The only thing I remember from Reboot is it's actually free for $99.99. Oh, and there was wasn't there the ultra low sodium sticks or something?
Yeah. Only it's a reboot.
Yeah. Oh shit. While he thinks about that, what about you?
No, I don't think so.
So my thing I wrote down for this. It don't make sense. This whole question don't make sense. Cause like a bad ending is a bad ending. The only way it makes sense in hindsight is if like it gets another series or something like that. And that's the way, because like I don't believe a bad ending makes sense later on. If it's a bad ending and it suddenly makes sense late on hindsight later down the road, then it wasn't a bad ending and you just didn't get the ending at the time. But a bad ending is a bad ending.
Well, yeah, because I saw some people talking about it and it came, MHA, a lot of people were saying that was a bad ending until it got animated. Same thing with like Attack on Titan, like, oh, it's a bad ending, but then once it actually got animated, like consensus of it being.
But didn't MHA change some stuff? Was the ending 1-to-1 in the manga the way it ended? Oh, yeah. It was.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
even with the extra stuff, that he added in later.
Yeah, that was the epilogue of the story.
We still have that. It comes out in May.
So yeah, I now have an.
Oh, so it hasn't ended yet.
Yeah, well, yeah, because he released like a 40-page one shot afterwards. I guess that would be a real epilogue to it. The real epilogue comes out in like Attic said in May. That shows where they go to like that little. I don't want to spoil it, but
it's chapter 431 that they're adapting.
Yeah, that came out.
How do you know this, Mr. No Manga Reader?
Because I was told.
You make it seem like information doesn't go around, G. Like this.
He did say he does research on everything he watched, man. Come on.
I thought he had keywords like manga blocked.
Manga and chapter are blocked. He doesn't see none of that.
Yeah, no, coming back to your question, Tim. Yeah, I think I do have one actually. Again, it all comes back to that retro, and I think Shin's tired of me whinging and moaning. But after I finally finished, got to the end of Air Gear, and I watched it again. That last episode where he does that jump, where he's all hyped up. I remember growing up, and I was like, "Oh yeah, shit." Watch that shit again, and I was like, "What a pile of toss."
Oh shit! What about you, Shin? Do you have? And then we'll go to Attic. But do you have one that you originally thought was good? Well, I guess you gave Reboot, huh? Where you thought one was good.
Yeah, Reboot was awful. Yeah, I mean that was awful. But like I really can't think of anything.
How dare you know things without reading manga?
I can't like think of anything like off the top of my head. I mean, if I know some people probably in the comments will probably say this ain't anime, but I mean it really is if you actually know your history and everything like that. But
I was about to say,
I would say
anime.
Voltron. I would say Voltron Legend Defender. I thought was good, and then I rewatched that junk and I was like, oh my god, that's awful. Those last 2 seasons, oh my god, that destroyed that series. Oh my goodness. To a certain thing, we also even say Dota. The anime
real?
of Dota 2.
That's on Netflix.
It just
ain't
was. I might be dumb. I'm not gonna lie on that. I just might be dumb, but like I was hella confused. There was some time stuff in it and everything like that. I was just like,
Yeah,
nah.
I had to look it up because I was like, what does that even mean?
Yeah. That's probably another ending, and then maybe no, it's not Boogie Pop. I can't. I think the show is excellent all the way until the ending, and I think the way it ends. I think we're going to get another season, but like I can't think of what the name of this is, and it's gonna kill me. Addict probably know if I start describing it. It's about they're in regular world like us, but it's like desolate where there's zombies and stuff going around. The main person is a chick who is a boy, but he's in his sister's body because of this power wombo jumbo, and she's with like this assassin kid and everything like that. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Yeah, like there's
Heavenly Delusion.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, he came in clutch. He
Yeah.
came in clutch.
I didn't think of it.
The Kakashi of the group came through with it. He came through with it. He sat there.
I knew
You
he
know
said
what's
it.
the-
I
I
knew
knew
he.
that anime addict title is always on the line. You know,
Infinity. That Infinity.
It's a good. Like I said, it's a really good show, but the way it ends, it's just like one of those things. Like, there's got to be more to this ending to what you had set up here. So I'm assuming we're getting the second season. I really hate when stuff like bad endings like that too. Like when you're not going to get a second season, like where like the multitude of different isekais, like when we get to the last episode and then you see like a flash of like, oh, he finally awoken, like these random ass people we ain't never seen in there our whole entire, like for instance, the wrong way to use healing magic. Luckily we're getting a second season, but for the longest time the way that ended and everything like that, we were like, if we don't get no second season, this show is trash. I'm gonna just be like, this show is trash. And this is one of the better fantasy isekai ones, or the no longer allowed in another world.
Mhm.
The way that ends, like it's one of the, it's like you see more shit and everything like that. But I think it's been what, a year, maybe 2.
Well, that was
yeah.
kind of more in the moment type of thing. You're recognizing that instead of thinking it was good and then stepping back, unless that is what you're thinking of right now. It's like, oh, you thought it ended good, but then you turned around and it was like,
Yeah, because then it hit me.
like a smooth criminal.
Yeah, it hit me. Yeah.
Oh shoot! What about you, Addict? How do you feel?
So
Or
I
like
didn't have
what series.
I didn't have any that changed because like usually my stance stays the same. I did have one that was like most people hate the ending, but I actually kind of liked it. Does that count as one?
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
gosh, go on.
So Darling and the Frogs. A lot of people hate that ending. I thought it was actually decent. I didn't hate it as much as everyone else does.
I mean, I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
point.
No, I don't hate it, but you crazy for liking that ending.
So I think a lot of people don't like the fact that it was a happy ending, but I think it was a happy ending for 02 and the guy, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Kirito Light. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind that ending.
I don't mind it was a happy ending, but man, that show. Oh my god,
It's just one I could
talk
think
about that
of,
show,
right?
man.
I couldn't think of another one because, like I said, my stance stays the same on just about all of them.
well, because you don't really run back and rewatch stuff too
Not
much, right?
often, no.
Yeah.
He's not built. He's not built like us. Just watch
He's
one.
not
scene
built
and
for the
you watch-
rewatch.
Yeah, just
Man,
watch
he can't
one
be-
scene and you're watching the whole thing again.
I think there's been
the
about
man
like,
of the million anime if he going
Yeah.
back and rewatching shit, man.
I think there's
Yeah,
been about
can't
like
keep up.
I think there's been like 15 to 20 that I rewatched. That's
No
it.
shit, that's more than me. If I
Rookie
be honest
numbers.
with you, I just
Oh,
rewatch the
oh.
same shit over and over.
I know,
Yeah.
right? Shangri-La
Yeah.
season 1.
Nah.
Yep.
Oh shit!
Well, at least you watch stuff, Tim. Unlike one of my best pals in this call right now.
Oh shit!
Listen, he's
You're
trying.
pointing to nobody right
he's
now.
trying. He's trying. He
I
took
give
he took a picture of the Shin Shot board and said he's gonna watch all of this. He liked the idea of Captain what's his name? Captain Hanlock. He liked the idea about that.
You might really
like
like Captain Hancock.
he
Yeah,
looked like a smooth dude, so I was like,
I would
"I'll judge him."
recommend watching the original one, G, but you can watch the reboot one too. I mean, the animation and stuff is better in that one. Even
Yeah, watch
Black
ReZero. Watch
You-
ReZero.
You don't need to
Yeah,
watch it.
the plan here is I'm gonna do a bingo board and watch all the ones that were on that list, excluding Attack on
unless you-
Titan because I
This-
just don't
this
think I'm gonna
man-
go through 6
This man
seasons.
started Lord of Mysteries and dropped it because the British accent wasn't real enough.
Hey,
That's not.
I get
true.
them. I get it. I always change Dragon Quest games from English back to Japanese because I can't stand those awful British. I was like, why is everybody British in these games? Huh? Why is everybody British? These are awful British accents.
Oh man. Okay. So now the final question is: does prophecy in a story ruin the tension in the story, or just like ruin the overall development of a character? Like Naruto becoming the child of prophecy. A lot of people said that got rid of his hard work and everything because he was always bound to be this godlike character. They're starting to lean on that when it comes to Luffy as well, and there's a few other characters or plot points that where all of a sudden the prophecy comes up and it kind of ruins the overall message to the story, or that's what people say, or do you feel like that's just a nothing burger and people just want to wine the wine? Shin.
Oh, people just want to wine. No question, no doubt about that, man. Like people do want to wine, but just the wine. But like what I wrote down is like prophecy in the show can actually aid it because it can be a setup to subvert our expectations. If it's a good prophecy, you watching the show and going on and it's going a certain way, and you wonder how it will come true is often like to me it's an exciting prospect because like it also gives you a plot point to like dig in like oh, and then there's plenty of like oh, it is prophesized this will happen or this person is this, when do they become this? And then there's some shows like I said they'll subvert your expectation. The prophecy said this but something different happened and the prophecy was interpreted wrong or something like that, or it was interpreted differently. So I there's plenty of shows that where it happened. I mean, most of the time when you bring up Naruto, I just think of that one gif of that dude with the crazy hair. It'd be like aliens. That's all I think about when you
Yeah, legend. He's a legend.
Fair. That's fair.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. I think because I kind of feel the same way when it comes to like how will it come to be is a good way. I also like the MC is changing the prophecy type of ordeal. Not to drop too much on it, but like Ichi kind of does that a little bit, where things kind of change with the flow, if I remember that correctly.
yes.
Yeah. So I like when they
I didn't remember myself for a second there when think about what you were talking about. Yeah. He right.
Yeah. So, but honestly, prophecy doesn't really change too much to me because a lot of the times, like the prophecy, our MC doesn't necessarily has to still meet criteria to fulfill the prophecy. Like, let's go to Naruto, for instance. It was 1,000 years. There was an Indra and Ashura reincarnation to fulfill the prophecy for that 1,000 years, like endlessly throughout that 1,000 years. So when it actually occurs, Naruto and Sasuke still had to fulfill certain roles for that that happened, because any of them could have been the prophecy. Even Madara and Hashirama could have been the prophecy at some point in time. But Addict, what do you think?
For me personally, it gives me something to look forward to, and I don't necessarily expect something from it. Like when I say that, I mean like I don't have an expectation. So like when the reveal comes, I'm not disappointed in it. I just like I love finding things out. So like as we're slowly finding things out, that's what I like to watch and like enjoy as a story. I don't really like to think, oh, this is supposed to happen, and then it doesn't happen.
Well, I would say like mostly like because like I wouldn't say like if the prophecy is given kind of more near the end after everything's been set up, like I'll just go back to Naruto, where Naruto already did all this grinding, and then it was like, you were always the chosen one. Or at least that's how some people would look at it. Do you
I
like
mean, you can say that with Luffy. Like
Yeah.
that prophecy angle
Yeah.
didn't start until the Kaido arc, pretty much. I mean, there were sprinklings here and there about
Yeah.
his fruit and Joy Boy and everything like that. But then you find out there's a whole prophecy and shit with the giants and everything like that. And now and everything, it's now One Piece is kind of like angled on that now, because I mean, we did finally, thank the Lord, finally got out of the flashback within the flashback within the flashback arc. So like, thank the heavens we out of that now. But like,
Yeah.
even with that, like, and then even with Naruto becoming, we can't take away his hard work, because like at the core of the show is like it was hard work versus talent. Like that was the whole core of the show. Hard work Naruto, talent Sasuke, because he had blood hacks and everything like that. So like it shouldn't take away from this prophecy angle where people keep talking about prophecy angles and everything like that. It shouldn't take away from the show, like Attic has said. Like it shouldn't take away at all, even when it just comes out of Compton, like comes straight out of nowhere. Like it shouldn't take anything from the show, especially you're enjoying the show and everything like that.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
I agree.
I almost feel like if they were to, reveal everything too soon, then that would just kind of, ruin the excitement of building up to it. Like you want to find out, like you want to build up to the reveal, not just boom, here it is.
Yeah. Nah, Art funny as hell. He said Naruto was Dookie because the real love story was Naruto and Sasuke. I mean, they were each other's first kiss. So
Yeah.
It's not untrue.
Oh shit! What about you, G? How do you feel about prophecies and stories?
I think prophecies within stories, it's a bit of an interesting one for me, because I personally don't like when they say, "Oh, okay, cool," where at the beginning of the anime, for example, or somewhere in between the anime, the prophecy is this person will be that. I prefer more of the prophecies where I forget the anime it was, but where someone had a prophecy, but it was very fuzzy. They were misinterpreting different key points, and every time certain things happened and they thought it was going to fulfill, they found out that actually it wasn't that. They'd actually misunderstood it, and I prefer that. The reason why a clear prophecy that's described is not really interesting for me per se, but also it's like a bit of a doozy, is because ultimately it puts a lot of pressure on the writing. They tell you the prophecy, the character is supposed to be this, or something is supposed to be that, so what the character is meant to end up as, but it's now how you get there. Is it just going to be such a boring linear story? It's just, yep, okay, cool, which makes it really useless, because then you're like, okay, cool, so if he was always going to do that, and you're going to make it in a boring way, why do it? But so that's like, it's that pressure, because you had for example, I know this is not really a prophecy per se, but like when in My Hero, the beginning of every episode was always how I became the greatest hero, so you knew he was always going to be the greatest hero. You just never knew what that truly meant, which meant that there was a lot of pressure in the stories being told for him to get to the end of so-called being the greatest hero of all time, where now that the series has ended, where people debate it, in some aspects, people debate whether is he really the greatest hero of all time? Did he really become that? There's a lot of those little situations. So that's why I don't quite, and that's why if we can avoid prophecy discussions, perfect, because ultimately what it does is it just puts a lot of pressure on the writers to deliver a story that fulfills a prophecy, that makes you feel like, oh shit, okay, cool, I felt fulfilled of, you told me this guy was gonna, or girl was gonna be this, we got to the end and I see it and I feel complete as to how they got to the end, which is quite rare. It doesn't happen often where they tell you the prophecy and then you get to the end and you feel fulfilled, because ultimately the stuff that happens in between just falls flat.
Yeah, I will say there was something that you brought up about like the fuzzy prophecy thing, and I'll get to that in a second. But I think within the battle shonen genre, probably the best prophecy that was done was the Super Saiyan prophecy. I think that was delivered really, really good, because in the moment of it all happening, you thought maybe it was Vegeta. Like if you go back to watching it first time, you're thinking it could be Vegeta, because every time he comes back up, he's like, I'm the Super Saiyan now, Frieza. And then he just gets like stomped down. And then it just gradually builds up to being Goku. And I think that's actually like, you really feel fulfilled when that's all said and done, because you have all these loops and turns to the point where you're like, man, this prophecy is nothing but a tall tale. And then it comes back around and you have the Super Saiyan prophecy that's, fulfilled. I think that's probably the best battle shonen prophecy that's been done.
Yeah, and I think just to add something on that Super Saiyan prophecy, that prophecy was such a full circle moment that when you actually finish the Frieza saga, if Dragon Ball ended there, you would actually be okay with it, because from everything that happens to that point, it was such a full circle moment.
Yeah. And then the second one, Don Machi has something kind of like the images and they're kind of blurry. There's a character named Cassandra in there, and she has like prophecy magic, but every time we see her do it, like it's always been in our favor, right? In the MC's favor that we see it happening. And then finally she comes up and she gives a prophecy. So her prophecies have been like 100% all the time, but nobody ever really took her serious. But then we get a prophecy that's like against our MC, and she's missing pieces of information or doesn't know how to like really describe the information throughout the whole time. And I think when you brought it up, I was like, oh damn, that's a good way to actually handle prophecy as well, is missing information, blurry images, or stuff like that. So I really agree with that aspect of prophecies being done right, is when it's not a complete prophecy.
Yeah. So I actually wanted to add to the Super Saiyan thing, because up to that point it was just a myth. So like you're led to believe it's there's some mystery surrounding it. It's like, is this actually true? Is this not? And then you find out that it is. And I feel like if you have a mystery aspect to it, that's what makes it better.
Yeah, nah, for sure. Y'all got anything else to add with the prophecy or anything else we talked about?
No, man. You was the chosen one, man. You were supposed to lead us the way, man.
Hey, I gotta make sure y'all eating before we close the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? So with that all being said, I really enjoyed having this conversation with y'all. Let us know down below what y'all think about these topics. And while you're down there, go on ahead and click that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and ring that notification bell. And until next time, peace.
Peace.